Hey guys, Brad coming at you here. A little somber Monday for me after that anal rapage Joe Flacco and the Ravens gave the Dolphins yesterday. Started off well at 10-0. After that, all Ravens. I think half our team got hurt in the game. It was ridiculous, man. Every other play, it seemed like somebody was going down with an injury. We lost Louis Delmas for the year. It's just becoming one big crap storm, and look like we're on our way to another 8-8 season. Sadly, it sucks, but I just don't see how in the heck we can beat the Patriots in Foxborough this week. I don't see it. And a loss there would pretty much knock us out. So, yeah, that was disappointing, but just injuries started piling up. I mean, just lost like all confidence and everything, and just the offensive line just started to play like garbage. Ever since Brandon Albert got hurt, it was just a guy we could not afford to lose. And then the secondary, I think at one point in the game, Brent Grimes was the only starting secondary person at one point in the game. It was ridiculous. But, yeah, disappointing loss. I think seals our fate of just being out probably at the edge of the play. They're just not playing very good football right now. After that great month, about 5-6 game stretch, they looked awesome. But, yeah, defense has lost its mojo, mainly due to injuries. And, yeah, we just not getting a good vibe, you know what I mean? But here I got, the only things at Top Chrome I did, I bought the Dolphins in a couple cases. And here's the stuff I got. Nothing too exciting. Like I said, I wasn't going to rip a bunch of Chrome because they did a crappy job with it this year. But not the actual look of the cards ain't crappy, just the overall product. But here's what I got. Got some Brian Hartline refractor. Got a touchdown yesterday. Brian Hartline. Got a little Ryan Tannehill action. Mike Wallace refractor. So I kind of just did it to get some of these, like, hopefully get some low number refractors and just get some Dolphin stuff from Chrome. And got this freaking guy. He's not really even, like, on the team. Arthur Lynch, but these Pulsars are awesome. Nice looking cards. Arthur Lynch, the guy no one wants to see. He's like the Agnew. And then I got a pink to $3.99 of Arthur Lynch. Screw you, Arthur Lynch. And then this is a decent one, Cambo to $4.99. This guy's been getting some playing time, Damian Williams. And then here's a bunch of Jarvis Landry stuff I got, which Jarvis Landry's been really good for us. Honestly, our most consistent player all year has been probably this, especially since week 4. I'd say since game 4, he has probably been our most consistent player. Jarvis Landry regular, refractor, just really like the way this guy plays. Always brings it. Gotta love it. Always has the intensity. The 85 version, cool. The tall boy Jarvis Landry. Let's see, what's some other games that went on of note? We had the Cardinals-Chiefs game, which I watched quite a bit of that. Chiefs just kind of screwed the pooch on that one. They had that game in hand. Alex Smith threw a costly pick. I think it was 17-9, I want to say. And threw just a horrible pick. And after that point, it was pretty much all Cardinals. I saw Jamal Charles trying to blame the referees. Come on, dude. You need to win that game. The Kelsey fumble, if you guys saw it, I think letter of the law, I was surprised they overturned it because it wasn't called a fumble on the field, but I actually think it was a fumble because the ball did start coming out just before he got down and, all that junk. But, yeah, the Chiefs kind of blew that one. Speaking of blowing leads, poor Browns fans. 2 defensive touchdowns. You had the Colts down the entire game. All you needed basically was your offense to be good on one drive in the fourth quarter, and you would have won the game. But Hoyer and company just couldn't get it done. Nice pink of Jarvis Landry to $3.99. So yeah, the Browns completely screwed the pooch on that one. Like I said, I've said it repeatedly. I think the Colts they just don't impress me when I watch them most of the time. I mean, I know they've had a few, like blowing out the Bengals, but that's just kind of the way the Bengals are. And then I don't know, they just don't impress me when I watch the Colts. Luck again just turns the ball over way too much. Like a lot of these are just preventive turnover. It isn't like, oh, that was a little unlucky. I'm like, you're better than that, dude. Like, quit turning the ball over. You know? Gotta be frustrating as a Colts fan. I mean, yeah, he brought him back to win, which kudos, don't get me wrong, but if you don't get that fixed, they ain't beating the top teams in the AFC in the playoffs, you know what I mean? But other impressive Seahawks defense, looking like last couple years' defense. Shut down the Eagles, honestly. The Eagles, I think, ended up having 14 points, but really only scored 7 because the other one was off the Seattle punt dropped and gave it to him at like the 20-yard line, Nice blue wave of Mr. Hartline. Blue wave. So Seattle still have problems on offense, though. That offensive line, yeah. And the receivers, yeah. Lynch, he's a beast, but he's getting old. I just don't know if they're going to, they're going to put a lot of pressure on the defense, And then probably the two best refractors I hit were both of Mike Wallace, a sepia /99. And a camo /499. And I got one autograph out of the couple cases, and it was of this freaking guy. Arthur Lynch. Screw you, Arthur Lynch. Arthur Lynch autograph. Good old Arthur Lynch. But, yeah, that was what I got out of that. What else was there? Steelers. Awesome fourth quarter to defeat the Bengals. That was pretty impressive. Steelers, another one of those teams I don't get, man. They play a good team, they look good. They play a bad team, they look awful. So they're one of those that play to their competition, it seems like. I can't figure out the Steelers either. But, yeah, a couple teams I don't want to see coming down the stretch, and I think I have to play one of them, is Vikings and Rams. You notice the Rams, 2 shutouts in a row. Now, again, against some of the worst teams in the league. But you shut out a team in the NFL, you're doing something right. You know what I mean? Those are 2 teams, if they're on your schedule, And then let's see, the Falcons just lost tonight, despite at least they showed some fight, They didn't give up. Well, they lost by 6, I think. But who's going to win that division? You got 2 5-8s, the Saints and Falcons. And then you got a 4-8-1 team in the Panthers. Let me know, who's going to win the NFC South? Who's going to do it? I don't have who they're playing in front of me, but oh gosh, that's a train wreck, isn't it? That's hilarious, man. This train wreck that division is. But yeah, and also other big news: the college football playoff was announced. Don't really have a problem with any of the 4 teams in there. You can make arguments. The only thing I question, I want to know what you guys think. If TCU or Baylor was Oklahoma or Texas, would Ohio State jump them? That's the one thing I kind of wonder. Because now the Buckeyes win was super impressive, 59-0. I don't care who you're beating. You beat a ranked team 59-0. Now Wisconsin's one of those teams. Get down early. They're one-dimensional. You're going to end up blowing them out. But I start to wonder, because they did have the worst loss, Virginia Tech at home. And it just seemed like they just kind of threw that by the wayside, thinking, oh, they're a different team now, which I see the argument, but it's just interesting. That's why I wonder if TCU or Baylor had a, Oklahoma or Texas jersey on. Would they be in the top 4? I don't know what you think. I'm not saying it is, and I don't even have a problem with Ohio State being in there. But I'm a little curious about that. how they did that. Because really, was one win by Ohio State really enough to jump them? Because did you see the previous weeks where they were skating by the likes of Minnesota, Indiana, and Michigan? You know, I live in Ohio, so I'm not a Buckeyes fan. I'm not really a fan of any college team. So, but yeah, I wonder. Let me know what you think. Who's going to win the NFC South? And if TCU or Baylor had an Oklahoma or Texas jersey on, would one of them been the 4th seed? LMK, love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.